Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P-Funk Thinking, right? Out here in the lab, and I'm back in the book. Oh, I got a nice lesson for you today. I'm going to show you the difference in religion, philosophy, concepts versus yoga, philosophical concepts. And again, they both getting you to the same place, to God, enlightenment, knowing yourself, whatever you want to call it, but they just do it with different venues and different avenues. Like I said, religion work. I just see a lot of people just ain't using it correctly. And if it ain't used right, it won't work. Let's go. Same thing with philosophy, so let me talk about it right quick. This is going to be a good lesson. Let's rock. Rightisms. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. All right thinkers' goals are to learn thyself, know thyself. Excuse me. That's all what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to might not be true. All right, right thinkers, I got a good lesson here for you. We're going to talk about, what was that? Right thinking, people, okay, people in philosophy on mouthful. Steps in the practice of religion to reach mastery. Third level, 3 steps. And the purpose of integral yoga discipline, aka right thinking philosophy. They both get you to the same place, just use different venues. Let's start with the religions. The relationship between religion and yoga. They go hand in hand pretty much. So ain't no one better than the other, this and that. No, it ain't about comparing. It's about the road that you choose to practice, to take, to get you to the same spot. Christians get there, Muslims get there, philosophical people get there. So if you practice you right and do it correct, you'll get there also. Let's talk about the steps of practicing for religion. I know a brother who's there. It's 3 steps, real quick. If you think that book that you love, the Bible, is literal, right here, first thing tell you, mythology, the myth, is a story to educate, to enlighten you, to get you to understand. Then you practice it, you become it, and you live it, and something magical, they call it mystical experience, will happen. You will know something. Something will happen from the inside out. Okay. The first thing you do in religion is myth. Learn the story, the god or goddess, be it a male or female. Christians is a male. Ancient Egypt. Okay, we ain't talking about that. We're talking about religion. I gotta stick with y'all for right now. Christians. And you show devotion to that deity. You learn how to care for and love that deity. Christians is Christ. The mythology about Christ is he had 12 disciples. He gave you all the story to everybody. Yeah. But the reality of that is nobody, nobody really seen him. He didn't exist. He's a story. It's a myth. So stop trying to make it literal. Understand that. Okay, you can't tell a Christian that Christ didn't exist. Wasted time. Moving on. This is just lessons, teaching. And that's what the myth is for, to teach you a lesson. Y'all take it to heart and try to make it literal. That's not my problem, that's yours. So the second level, that's the first level. Learn the story. Okay, but don't get a thought where you think it. That's like going to a movie and thinking it's real. It's the same thing. All right, I gave that lesson before. Number 2, the ritual. Once you get the mythology, learn the story, now you got to practice the ritual. Every first Sunday, y'all have a ritual called communion. Meaning y'all going to eat the body of Christ, become Christ by eating his body and drinking his blood. Okay? That's a ritual. I understand that. I'm a Mason, leave ritual out, ritual out. I know the purpose of ritual, so I get that. Understand. But y'all seem to make the ritual literal. That's where y'all have a mistake with that. But you have ceremonies related to what? The myth. They don't say the story is literal. They don't say Christ really lived. See where I'm going with this? And the whole point is for you to learn the myth, study it, and then you live right. Right living in accordance with the principles set forth by the deity that's the myth is about. Your 10 Commandments. Rules to give y'all lectures of the law. We got 42 confessions. So everybody got a criteria that they set forth, which is fine. Again, all you got to do is practice it and it'll work for you. And when you do this on a regular basis and you do it correctly, this is what will happen. Now you will meditate on what you've been studying, myth, the story of how you're living. You put yourself in a position to commune with what? Your higher self, aka God. Meditation is important because when you obtain what they call esoteric wisdom, that means you're learning the hidden message in the story, the myth that they tell you. Once the pastors, the preachers, they know the esoteric meaning, so that's why they teach it to y'all. That's what I do every day. I have esoteric knowledge. I'm a Mason. I got knowledge of understanding, so I do the same thing. But again, it ain't meant to be literal. So you got to understand. Now you can learn. You should learn lessons, implement them, practice them, become them. I ain't got a problem with that. My dude lived the Bible. He'd have been Job, he'd have been everybody. Okay. But when you do that, that's gaining esoteric wisdom. The real meaning of what you're learning. Y'all just got the first two levels and where you got something and don't have nothing. All right. But the esoteric wisdom comes from the practice and the understanding correctly of the myth, practicing the ritual, understand it fully. And now you will obtain wisdom about what? Life. You living. I only teach what I experience. I only teach what I know. Not what I think, how I feel, and what I believe. None of those things count. None of those things matter. Well, not to me. Some people might think that's important. Don't mean a damn thing to me. Give me facts. Give me something I can manifest for myself, and we good. Other than that, keep it. When you reach what they call spiritual transcendence, that means you have a spiritual enlightenment. You've transformed from the ego, nonsensical ignorance of yourself to a higher level of understanding of yourself. Now you are an enlightened being. You can practice any religious faith, any philosophical concept, but you're doing it in earnest because now you're all in and you're getting the rewards for doing that. That's what it's all about. If you follow the religion or whatever and you're not being rewarded, why follow? Just saying. So we got texts that you can read, study on the path of religion, not the Bible. I didn't use the Bible. No disrespect. I have no use for the Bible. Understand that. When you become a spiritual aspirant, right thinker, you will feel a tendency toward what? Approaching spiritual studies. You want to learn more. You inquiring, you craving as a Mason, you want information, you want more knowledge, you want to learn. And with this religious focus, it should concentrate on the following checks. If you're in the religious concept, I got something for you. My dude got books right here. We got the Assyrian religion and the Assyrian Trinity. That's Yah, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit concept. But we got the resurrection of Asar. We got the mysticism of Ushet, Raket. That's the worship of the Divine Mother. You got the book called the Anuian Theology. I teach from that book right now. I have that one, the Anuian Trinity. That's the Anuian theology with Asar, Aset, and Harut. And then you got the teaching from the Memphite theology. I got that too. That's what Amun, Mut, and the son Kansu. That's religious philosophical concepts that they had in Memphite. Then you got the teaching of the Theban theology. Again, that's the volume 2 of Supreme Wisdom of the Enlightenment of the Mystical Wisdom of Ancient Egyptian Theban Theology. I have that book too. That's the one I gave to my son, and he did that. Oh, that's cool, but the right thing is cool, but I'm still working with what you gave me. My man, give me my book back. So I got that. He didn't need that. So, okay, I got it, but I got it back. But again, information, all you got to do is pick up a book that's going to get you what you're looking for and indulge yourself in it, and you get something from it. Trust me, when you put it to use, that's what makes all the difference in the world. Having knowledge don't mean a damn thing. Using it makes all the difference in the world. Okay? The books I just read you above are not exclusive to each other. They all pretty much tie in. Yep, I know that for a fact. Like you said, what? Yeah, but he does that way. So everything pretty much leads to the other. Ain't no one saying this one, other one saying that one. They all say the same thing. Not like the Christian faith. Y'all got 600 people saying something different. Which one of y'all right? None. Moving on. No joke. It's a joke. That's a joke. They each relate to one another in order for you, or order to show you that while you may concentrate on a particular path, be it religious or philosophical, yogic, you may also integrate the elements of others to make your understanding and get you where you want to be, knowledge of self. If it's good, I'm going to practice it. If it's good, I'm going to use it. Why? It's good. I ain't saying, well, it ain't mine. I ain't use. No, 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 no. If I was here philosophy or hear philosophy that I can grab, I'm taking that. I'm putting that in my pocket. Trust me, I'm a thief when it comes to knowledge. I steal every bit I could, but I'm using it. I ain't still to hoard it. No, I'm using it. I'm getting it to use. Okay. Also, all of the ancient Egyptian theological system, and we had a few, are all related to each other. They're not different. They're all the same. They are coherent. Okay, meaning all working together as a family, so to speak. They're all coherent expressions of what? Spiritual wisdom. That's what you try to obtain. And it all related to what? The divine as expresses in the creation. You want to know the creator. You want to learn about the creation. That's why we always start with that concept. Thus, all the volumes introduce elements from the other paths and facilitate the practice of what we call universal religion and yoga spirituality. You can practice either one. They both intent and goal to get you to God or to know yourself. But it is important for you to understand that if you choose the religious path, your choice, when practiced in their 3 stages and mastered, will lead you to the same spiritual enlightenment, which is possible through yoga, right thinking philosophy, mysticism. However, again, I don't care how you get there. My pastor didn't care how I got there. The fact that I'm there, the fact that he's there, okay, well, I don't care about the route. Okay, we took 2 different routes, that's for sure. I call us the odd couple. He's Felix and I'm Oscar. When you, however, if you chose religion or if you chose yoga, then you practice it at the lower levels. Only they will not yield your spiritual enlightenment. That's becoming just all dogma and intellectualism. You talk a good one. And a lot of y'all who practice religious talk a good game. Very few walk the talk that y'all talk. So it's hard. It's little. I don't know many. I know one. I know a few. But it's more y'all not walking the walk than all y'all who talk and walk the talk. That's what I'm saying. All right. I'm going to rag on this, bring it to your attention. Now let's talk about my side. This is the side I chose. This is the side of the mountain I went up. Okay, let's talk about it right quick. Why? It will get you there too. I know that. That's why I said if my pastor got to God through the Bible, religion, that's telling me no matter how you get there. I tell you all the time, if it's 9 billion people in the world, there's 9 billion ways to get to God. That means every individual have their choice. He chose his, I chose mine. And we both got there. And he was there first. I got no problem with that. Okay? So now let me give you the breakdown and the purpose of what I practice. The integral yogic disciplines. We use 5, but we're going to use the 4. Why? They put the tantric like me. I ain't involved with that right now. We're going to give you the 4, break down the 4. Now, the purpose of the integral yogic disciplines. First thing, it's purpose. These are goals. These are agendas that we laid out. The first thing, like in religion, first step, the myth. With us, the first thing is to enlighten one's intellect by what? Studying the wisdom. Philosophy. That's the yoga of wisdom. Got that laid out for you. Then you got to enlighten your emotions. That's conquering your ego self, putting set in check. That's yoga of devotional love. That's my Christian family. That's why I hang out with them. Why? I get spiritual love from them. Why? Because we go and hang out and worship and show devotional love to God. Okay? They just Christian. I ain't got a problem with that. They're good people. And showing devotional love, I don't care what religion, y'all. Devotional love is devotional love. Okay? All right. Next one, third one, is in order for you to enlighten the body. I'm up every day in the gym working out to keep the body. Like I said, a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. And every day I do a little bit of something for the body just to keep it in shape. And I do a little studying to keep the mind clear. And I do the righteous living. So I put them on a perspective and I practice them daily. So when you do that, you get proficient, okay? Or you learn to make it second nature. That's mastery. Okay, that's the goal for right thinking, self-mastery. The number 4 is you to enlighten your unconscious mind. Well, how you do that? Glad you asked. Daily yoga formal meditation. I love meditating. Back in the day, I used to love and getting hot. Now I love meditation. Why? I still get my brain. I still get a charge. I still get some out of it. When I come out of it, I feel so much better. Why? I just got something. And they ain't had to smoke, drink, or get nothing. I hang out when you're meditating. There's a place called Akashic. That's where all the information in the world is there. You have it inside you. I've reached my Akashic level where I can go up there and get anything I want. I do it with meditation daily. And a quick breakdown of studying and reflecting. When you put these two things together, I'm going to read just one paragraph. That's going to be a quick lesson. I'm going to just get a little comparison. I'll be back with the lesson in 1 second. But this is important. When you listening, should be the first order of learning. It should be followed by not just listening and hearing. You should be able to reflect upon what you're hearing, what you're listening to. However, sometimes questions arise. At this time, you, the aspirant, should be able to articulate your question to ask. First of all, and asking questions is the duty of all aspirants. Why? Because it opens the door to understanding. You question what you don't understand. You get more information about what you don't understand or what you don't know, what you didn't get the understanding to. So have them break it down. It's called synopsis. Break it down, simpler form. Okay. When you have a misunderstanding, that's called an improper fraction. Find a common denominator, break it down, and get understand it, and then you can work it out. See, you can use math in any way you want. I can philosophically put it into a lesson. However, once a question has been answered, again, when I ask a question, and understand this, that means I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't be asking the question. But understand this, if you're asking a question, that means you don't know. So the person who you're asking the question to, when they answer your question, don't question the answer. If you didn't know in the first place, take it for what it is. You trust and believe the person, you take it at face value until you find out otherwise. But don't question the answer that you didn't know the answer to. Somebody try to give it to you. I ask people who know more than me. So if I ask them a question, I will get a different concept, a different answer instead of myself. I'll figure it out. I don't figure nothing out. I'll find out. Moving on. So again, you answer the question. Once you get the answer to the question, you should now, instead of question the answer, reflect on that answer upon and also assimilate, mean use it, apply it. Sometimes an agitated mind is already, okay, you got operative is speculative. But in this kind of operation, you got a mind that's, when it's subjective and they open, if it don't match what it thinks, you ain't gonna get your point across. So they're already thinking of what? The next question. Ain't heard the answer to the first one and already off to something else. See, they're not paying attention. Or they have a follow-up without even taking care to try and understand the answer to the first question and understanding this will lead to what we call confusion, not reflecting. And reflection is an art, and it is at best carried out in silence. Not only in your mouth, but in your mind as well. You should be thinking. You should be reflecting on the question that you got the answer to. Reflect on the answer. So, as an aspirant, you should be able to learn how to ask the questions and then reflect upon the answer, and if needed, live in accordance with them and to find out if it work or don't work. Okay, and get the understanding for oneself. That's gnosis, knowing by experience. You have to have experience. I only teach gnosis. Now, in this manner, your mind will be transformed. Why? It's starting to get enlightened. It's not fighting the enlightenment. It's reflecting and meditating on it, and it's starting to assimilate it. That means you're practicing it. You're getting better. I have a student that I'm watching him grow, and I love that. Why? When a person starts to grow and change, and what you give him to him, it makes you feel good. Like, yeah, he's paying attention. He's getting it. Somebody is. I don't know if all y'all are, but I know I got one. I'm happy. Why? He let me know he's getting it, and I appreciate that. Wrapping it up. When you seek to perform your daily duties to your highest capability, this way your actions will be what they call blameless. I do what I want, what I need to do, because that's what I choose to do. I don't do it begrudgingly. I don't do it with attitude. I don't do it with no fear or reward. I do what's right. That's when you are blameless in your actions. If you have an agenda, to get something or achieve something, then that's not from the heart. It's from here. Hope you got the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. But I wanted to show you, you can get knowledge and inspire yourself or motivate yourself to know yourself by it, religious or philosophical. But the idea, the work you got to put in is the same. Get ready to do that and you'll be fine. So pick what you like and go for it. Like my man T.D. Jakes said, find what works for you and you work it. If it's spiritual, come on my side. If it's religious, go and get the Bible study, get you a pastor, somebody who's doing that, and follow along and get what you need and take the rest, let the rest go. What don't apply to you, don't worry about it. What applies to you, you use it, simulate it, practice it, and master it for yourself so you can what? Know thyself. That's the goal for everybody, hopefully. More importantly, my right thinkers. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I've never known my right thinkers who now understand the steps and practicing religion versus the purpose of integral yoga disciplines have passed away. I'll be right back.